Hello! Welcome to the show. This is JP's product pick of the week. I'm JP. Welcome, and thanks so much for stopping by. First of all, I'll say we've got a bunch of people over in our chat, and if you're wondering where that's at, head on over to adafruit.it/Discord, jump into our Discord server, and look for the live broadcast chat channel. Also, I'm keeping an eye over on our YouTube chat. So hello to Quinman16, Devin's Workshop, Dave Odessa, The Tinkerer, Joaquin de los Palotes, Bob Alu, welcome. Yeah, Asagi, hello to everyone. I agree. It's very soggy here in Los Angeles, so I feel for you if you are somewhere that is raining water down upon your heads like it is here. Let's see, what else have we got going on? I will let you know that if you are looking to pick up this week's product pick, you will want to head on over to this URL right here, or you can head over to that QR code, depending on how you enter your data. And this show will appear inside of that page right there, so you won't miss it. You can watch from inside the page. And you can get the big discount on this week's product pick without needing a coupon code or anything. It has been slashed in half. The price has been. You can get a maximum of 10 per customer, no resellers. And without any further ado, what I'll do is have Lady Ada introduce us to this from her new segment. So please take it away, Lady Ada.
We have a new cutie pie, and this time it's featuring the ESP32-C3. And this is the first RISC-V chip that we've developed with, so it's pretty exciting. It's from Espressif. It's an ultra low-cost Wi-Fi Bluetooth chip with a built-in USB to serial converter. Note it doesn't do native USB. It's only USB to serial plus like a JTAG debug mode. And it's that chip in the middle there. And it's kind of designed as a replacement for the ESP32-66. It's got, I think, 400K of RAM, and it's got 4 megabytes of flash. I don't remember the speed of the RISC processor, but of course it's a 32-bit processor. And we put it in the cutie pie, and it's actually kind of a perfect format because the ESP32-C3 actually doesn't have a lot of pins. So this actually kind of uses like every pin that is available on the chip. You've got STEMMA QT connector for all those I2C devices. You've got USB-C. You've got the boot button to go to bootloader mode, the reset button, crystal on the back, some passives, battery input, and that's it. It's very simple. Focus a lot. This is the cutie pie, and the QT in the cutie pie is the STEMMA QT connector. So here I've got the OLED connected to the BME 280, and then I've got it sending data up to Adafruit I/O. I will say that the ESP32-C3, it's stable in Espressif, but it's still a little early. It is a totally new chipset, and so while a lot of stuff worked, we have to be, for example, for Wi-Fi to work with, the native USB to serial converter, I had to be on the master branch. You can't, the latest commit, you can't use the release. The release has a bug in it. So it's a little bit like, this is kind of people who want to experiment. I wouldn't necessarily get this as your first microcontroller or even first wireless board, because I think you'll go a little nutty if you're like, there's a bug and you don't realize it. That said, it's got BLE, BLE5, it's got Wi-Fi, it's got enough RAM to do TLS quite nicely. It's got all these pads. It's got a NeoPixel, it's actually got 5 analog inputs, 12 bits apiece. It's got I2C, a hardware UART that's also used for debug, and SPI, as well as some power pins. So a very cute little board. I think, again, the C3 is at least as of this viewing, it's an early board, but I think, if you want to experiment with RISC-V or you want to try out this new chipset, it's cool. Check it out.
It is cool to check it out. Let's check it out. Look at that right there. Nice little silk screen on the bottom there. There's the main chip that you're looking at there. And that is my product pick of the week this week. It is the cutie pie ESP32-C3. So this, like Lady A said, this is in the Xiao seed, or rather the seed Xiao and cutie pie form factor, but it's an ESP32-C3, first one we've done. It's a RISC-V chip. you have to know it has USB serial, not native USB, so we're not going to use this for keyboard projects and the like or storage. But this one has both Wi-Fi and BLE capabilities on it, which is pretty interesting. And not only can you code this in Arduino and in MicroPython, but you can also use Whippersnapper. So I wanted to show a little demo that I've got running here of using it with Whippersnapper. Let me show you what I've got hooked up here, and I will have to refocus the camera. So let's get that sorted there. That's pretty good. So there you can see I've got my QT Py ESP32-C3. It is connected to my network over Wi-Fi. So this is just power. The USB here is just power. And then using the little Stemma QT connector just as regular GPIO pins, I've connected up one of our little step switches here. So you can imagine this could get a little more compact with some soldering, but I just wanted to do sort of a plug and play thing. So I've got a little step switch here. And then it is both programmed in Whippersnapper, so I didn't have to type a line of code. All I did was upload code and add widgets to my little dashboard here and add peripherals to the device in Whippersnapper. And then if you take a looky here, a couple of things I've got going on. I've got a on-off switch that when I press that on my dashboard, it will send a command over the internet, over Adafruit IO using Whippersnapper, and then over the Wi-Fi back to tell this LED to turn on that's connected up to the QT Py. And then if I, let me bring my phone into view here, because what I've got going is sort of a simple IoT button type of thing. You'll notice here when I press the button on the QT Py, it's going to send a command over Adafruit IO saying that I've done something. Now you'll see an update in my dashboard. You'll also see I just got a text message, and that happened really quick, like within a couple seconds actually. Now we do have a throttle on that. You can't send a message more than every, I think, 10 seconds, so I can't spam that over and over again just to keep things reasonable. But you can see in my dashboard there I have a little graph that's showing when this button got pressed. So this could be, you know, for all sorts of different things depending on your needs. You could let someone know some important message, or when a cat has come through the cat door, that sort of IoT type of thing. This might work pretty well for it. It's super low cost. The QT Py here is normally $9.95. Today it is $4.98 if you head on over to the website. Let me jump over here real quick. So you can see if you go to this site right here, and it's product 5405. So if you know that secret, not so secret to how Adafruit URLs work for products, all you have to do is go to product/ and then the product ID number, in this case 5405. And that, I'm going to refresh this. Hopefully we still have these in stock. I think we had a bunch set aside before the show. Yeah, it looks like it's still in stock. Half price, so $4.98. You're getting all of the stuff you know and love about a QT Py. In this case, it has, let me look at my notes here. I think we got 4 megs of flash. We have 400K of SRAM. It has the USB-C port on it there. It's got a bunch of GPIO. We have the boot and reset button, and the boot can be used as just a regular, I think, pin D9 button once you've got things up and running. Has UART, I2C, I2S, and kind of most importantly, Wi-Fi and BLE on it. So really versatile little board. It also has a status NeoPixel that you can use to light things up. You'll also see here when I reset the board, I'm just going to press reset. I think I'm going to press reset. Okay, that time I think I actually pressed it. We should see in my little serial output here, we should see it getting restarted. So it's going to try to connect, and you can see this was coded in Whippersnapper, including my Wi-Fi credentials. So you give it your SSID and your WLAN password, and it will connect up on boot. So, you know what, I think I'll power cycle it. I'm not sure if it listened to me or not. So let's just power cycle that. I might need, oh, there we go. So you can see Whippersnapper has this nice amount of debug that you can check out. I'm using the Arduino serial console here to look at it, but you can see it's trying to connect up to my Wi-Fi. It's also doing some status LED blinks. So it got on the Wi-Fi, it got onto Adafruit IO. It's up and running. Hopefully I'm not showing any super secret things in this. I don't think it does. And then ping, I think it's just checking periodically to make sure that we're still connected. But you can see if I go back to my dashboard here and press this little button, it's going to light up the LED right over the internet and the Wi-Fi. And again, if I click this, we'll see I'm going to get a text message, and we're going to see the status indicator on the dashboard changes to green, and the push button value switches. It actually happens to be 0 for pressed and 1 for not pressed, I think, due to the pull of the resistor that's on there. Questions. The Starman on our Discord asks, will it run CircuitPython? It does not currently run CircuitPython. I don't know if it will or not. I can't remember. So if someone knows in the chat, someone maybe from the CircuitPython team or community, what the work is on that. But yeah, as Todd's saying, it's a RISC-V chip, which is a bit experimental. So right now, your best bet, I think, is Whippersnapper if you're thinking of doing IoT projects. If you want to see how this is set up, actually, if I can find things and remember, what I'll do is in my dashboard here, I'll go to Devices, and since this was since I added this particular QT Py ESP32-C3 to my dashboard of devices, or my list of devices, I can now click on it. And this is where you can code it. So you can see here's where I set up that I have an LED action, and that's triggering this LED here over one of the pins. I'm using, I think, the clock pin of I2C. And then the push button functionality set up here. You can go and add all kinds of different components. So if I added, let's say, a little STEMMA QT hub here so that I could both use my clever little button thing, I think it's clever, and then add a temperature sensor or magnetometer or an accelerometer, GPS, whatever you want. There are a ton of these components that can be added right here from Whippersnapper with these cool animations. So if we wanted to go and add, let's say, a soil sensor, you would click right here, tell it what address it's on. Right now, I don't have that plugged in, so it's just going to say scanning. But once you set that up, you can tell it what to do. Like, let's say, poll every 30 minutes and send that data up to the dashboard so you can log that data. All done without typing any code. So while this is a Arduino and MicroPython capable chip, you can also use Whippersnapper if you want to do essentially codeless coding of your gizmo there. All right, well, I think that should do it. Any other questions, let me know. Anything I'm missing? Here's the chip, by the way, or the back of the board, rather. You can see the little Espressif logo on the chip there. I don't believe this has an external antenna. I believe it's just all built onto the chip, so keep that in mind. Your Wi-Fi is going to need to be pretty close by. This isn't a long-range wireless device. And I think that does it. Let's see. Tinkerer asks, can it run Pygame? I don't know the answer to that. If anyone knows, please let me know here in the chat. That's from the Tinkerer over in the YouTube chat. Yeah, Jim Edgar, where does the Wi-Fi antenna hook up? I don't think it does. I could be wrong. In fact, you know what? Let's just look and see. Here's the Learn guide for this. And if we go to the pinouts page, this will tell us if there is, I think this will tell us if there's an antenna hookup, and I don't believe there is. I think this is just what's built on there. I could be wrong. Someone let me know in the chat. And we might find that info also on the data sheet if that can be broken out. Let's see. Does the chip section mention it? No, it just says this is a low power, 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi and BLE system on chip solution. No mention of antennas. STEMMA QT, the two buttons that are on here. I'll go to the downloads page just to see if we have any other clues here. So here's the data sheet right there. Yeah, Jim Edgar did not see one on the board itself. I didn't either. And sometimes we'll create things with a little copper trace board. Yeah, okay, so Toddbot says that it's the little ceramic box. Okay, so let me, I don't have a picture to show you of the front, but if I show you from my down cam view here, and let me refocus this. So I guess that's the antenna right there. So that little ceramic blob there has some amount of probably tuned length of antenna for the Wi-Fi. So it's not built onto the chip like I thought. That's good, I guess. So probably don't encase that in metal if you're looking to build a project that's IoTing this, because we can't use an external antenna. Thank you. Yeah, Dell Etchels also says the little white block next to the I2C plug. Cool. Okay, well, I think that's going to do it for today. That right there is the URL if you want to go grab one of these. And let's not forget, if you head here, you don't need a coupon code. You just need to put that in your cart and buy that before the end of the show. Hopefully we're still in stock on them. Looks like, yes, I just refreshed and still in stock, so that's good. So that price is just good during the show. So this, if you watch this video later, I'm sorry, it's only during the live stream. But you don't need a coupon code. Throw those in your cart, get some up to 10. And this will work with other STEMMA QT, lots of different STEMMA QT sensors. It will also work with our accessories, such as the battery BFF, if you want to make this thing portable with a little LiPo. That's not a bad idea for this type of project. So you might throw some of that stuff in your cart too while you get these for half off today, $4.98. What a world. All right, I think that's going to do it. Thanks everyone for stopping by. That's my product pick of the week this week. It is the Cutie Pie ESP32-C3. For Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park. This has been JP's product pick of the week. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.